Hello friends. In this video you will be learning how to solve a coding question being asked on February 13th. Carefully learn the question. Do understand the question properly. Even if it take time, don't bother, just learn. Here the sample input 1. Here Rakesh has withdrawn an amount of 1000 from his current balance and his updated amount is given as output. Here Ajit has deposited an amount of 2000 to his current balance and his updated amount is given as output, which is 6000. Let's start to code. Create a new project. Under PyDev, select PyDev project. Give any name you want. Follow with me. I will teach you from the scratch. Click Finish at last. Right-click on the project name, then select New PyDev module. Give the module name here. Click Finish. Write a simple statement using print, to check whether it works properly. Alright. Let me start with the main function. It will be given in the TCS console itself. You need not worry. The variable t denotes the number of test case. Now we iterate the for loop in range of t. Let's store the account details in the variable acc_list. Create an empty list before the for loop. Let's get the name and current balance of the account. The variable name is a string data type. The variable balance is an integer data type. We are going to see a class account and append the data into the list. Don't worry guys. I will define the class account later in this video after finishing the main part. We just called the class as for now. Now get the name of the user whose account detail are to be updated. Get the user preference whether he is going to deposit or withdraw the amount. Now get the amount. Name and preference are string data type, whereas amount is an integer data type. Now let's call another class named UpdateAccount. And pass the two parameters, name of the bank and account list of it. Store the result under the object U. Now let's call the method depOrWithdrawal, which will be defined under the class UpdateAccount. It takes three parameters: name, preference, and amount. So far so good. We have completed the main part. Let's define the class account. Now define a constructor with parameters name and balance. Now let's define the class UpdateAccount. Define its constructor, which takes two parameters: name of the bank and the account list. Let the name of the bank be stored in the variable cname. Awesome, we are error-free now. Great guys. Let's now define the method we called in the main function. Let me copy and paste the parameter. In order to avoid error and also, the name for easy understanding. Iterate through the list in search of the given name. Now define the condition that, once it is found, check the preference. If it is deposit. Call the deposit money function, which will be defined in the class account later. Now for else case. Call the withdraw money function, which will be defined in the class account soon. For both function, pass amount as argument. This process of withdrawal takes only when the minimum amount in the account is greater than or equal to 1,000. Let's define that condition now. If you don't have the minimum balance, return as insufficient balance. So far so good. Let define those function we called. Do copy and paste to avoid error. Just increment the balance with the amount and return the balance updated. Great. Now another function for withdrawal. Just a decrement sign. A small change. I didn't print the results in the main function. Yeah, there. Let's now run our code. Specify the inputs. Let me give the details of 2 persons. Let me update the account of Rakesh. Assuming that he wants to withdraw 1000. Nope. Let me check the code once. I didn't use the return function. Let's run it again. Great, we got the desired output. Let's check for another case. Now let's assume that Ajith wants to deposit money. $1,000 for example. Awesome. The balance of Ajith is being updated to 5,000. We successfully solved the question asked in the TCS. If you need the source code, the GitHub link of it is mentioned in the description. Meet you in the next video. Thank you and bye bye.